Greetings, family. Empress D in nature. Clearly, look behind me, family. The Toronto had a flood today, right? It's not so bad in the suburbs where I am, but my nature space flooded today. I'm pretty sure water was running all through here because there's signs of it over there where all the grass is like pushed down, family. Anyway, how interesting. When the rain was falling today, I was driving, and I've never ever had to drive with my four-way flashers on so that other cars could see me. The visibility was like nothing. And it was because of rain, not fog, not snow, rain. And that's how heavy it was raining in Toronto. And I was driving in it, and I could feel my car, you can feel I love to drive, and I drive a lot. And the car that I'm driving is manual, so you feel it even more. And you could feel that the control of the car. Anyway, very interesting day today in Toronto. Family, I hope as I'm speaking, look, the sun just peeks out from behind the cloud. How could you not be doing this every day, family? Look at the lushness of this all. Look at the greenery. Green is the color of the heart chakra. How could you not demonstrate more love? How could you not if you come into this environment every day? And maybe that's why. My life has changed dramatically since coming out into nature every day, family. So that's why it's anecdotally, I'm saying, listen, it's done wonders for me. Try it. But anyway, I'm not going to do this all day. What I want to talk about is how we kind of show up in conversations. And I'm going to share something with you. And this is something that I've noticed, anecdotally with me in my conversations, as well as observing others' conversations, right? And also in things that I watch online and books that I read. You know what I mean? You gather all that information. But in terms of when people communicate with one another, I noticed that most people, oh man, I would say it's upwards of 90%. It's crazy. Most people that you converse with are listening to respond and not listening to understand. And there's a difference. And let me explain. So listening to respond is hearing what the person's saying and then formulating your response, your rebuttal, your comeback. Right? That's listening to respond. And when you're listening to understand, you're actually taking in the information from that individual. You're taking it in as they're delivering it to you, and you're processing it, right? Not to respond to them, but to understand what they're saying. And something really good to do in a conversation, and maybe it's not easy at first to just listen to understand, not listen to respond. One thing that people can do is repeat it. Repeat the message that the sender has sent to them. To two things. One thing is to ensure that what they were trying to convey is understood or taken in properly. And the other thing is to make sure that you're grasping and processing what they're saying, right? That's just a little tidbit in conversation, because I noticed 90% of people listened to respond and not to really take in what the person is saying and process it. Right, family? Take a look in your lives. Take a look at yourselves and your communication, right? I certainly am, and always continually taking a look at myself in terms of how I communicate. Family, I really thank you for those of you that take time to listen to the message, right? I'm only doing this. It's not for me because, it is for me because it's helping me express myself. And I always say this, self-expression is correlated to self-love. It absolutely is, because the more you love yourself, the more you express yourself. And the more you express yourself, the more you love yourself. It's just like a vicious cycle, a good one, right, family? Thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. I really love and I value each and every one of you. One last look at this flooded creek, family. One love.